If you have a house in Dublin, Ohio that you're looking to sell, but you don't want to pay any realtor commissions or fees, then this video is for you. My name is Dave Perichin, and for over 14 years, my team and I have been buying houses in and around Dublin, Ohio as a direct buyer. That means there's one seller, that's you, one buyer, that's us, and there's no middleman or realtor or broker involved, and that means you don't got to pay any fees or commissions when you sell to us. So before I get into why so many sellers in Dublin prefer to sell to us as a direct buyer, let me just first clear the air. We're not against real estate agents or realtors in this company. We actually work very closely with many of them. We still buy properties through some real estate agents, and we use them to sell some of our properties when we are selling. So they do a great job at what they do, but it's a very situational type of thing. And the big situation for you, the seller, to consider, there's three of them. Number one is timeline or time frame. Number two is repairs. And then number three is just privacy. Let me kind of explain each one. So a realtor is going to do a great job if you have plenty of time to work with. There's no time constraints whatsoever. You're under no pressure. You don't care when the house sells. A realtor is going to do a great job because they're going to bring a buyer to the table, and you're going to be closing on that buyer's timeline is really what it comes down to. On the contrary, if you do have some type of date that you need to hit, some kind of deadline or some kind of time constraint, consider working with us as a direct buyer because we're a cash buyer, so we can close on the date of your choice. There's no mortgage involved, there's no financing, we don't gotta wait for approval or anything like that. Number two is the repairs, and this is a biggie. And if your house is in beautiful condition, shows well, and it's move-in ready, and this thing's just beaming and shining and it looks amazing, work with a realtor. They're going to get you a great price. They're going to get numerous buyers interested in this thing. They're going to market this property. They're probably going to get professional pictures taken, and they do a great job. However, if your house needs work and you don't have the desire or the money to put the money into the house, you just want to sell it as is, work with a direct buyer. That's what we do. So since we're a cash buyer, we're going to buy the house in its as-is condition, and it doesn't matter how much or how little the work, or how much or how little work is needed on your house in Dublin. We buy them all. I mean, we've bought boarded up houses in Dublin. We really have fire damaged houses. And then we buy sometimes houses in Dublin that don't need a lot of work. It's just the seller doesn't want to have to deal with any repairs whatsoever. Maybe it needs a roof, or maybe it needs windows, or, whatever the case may be. We are an as-is direct buyer, and there's never any work or credits you're going to need to give as the seller of the property. We are going to buy the house in its as-is condition. And then the third factor to consider if you're going to sell through a realtor or sell to a direct buyer, it really comes down to privacy. So I talk to a lot of sellers, and they just don't want a lot of people trekking through the house. That's just their preference. Maybe it's a privacy thing, maybe it's a personal thing, but they don't want inspectors going through, they don't want appraisals going through, they don't want open houses, they don't want multiple buyers, they don't want to deal with it. And if that's you, then we're going to be a good fit for you because we don't need to go through the house 100 different times, okay? In fact, sometimes we can actually buy your house with you just sending in pictures, which is perfectly fine. Send us the pictures and we can make you a fair cash offer on the property. Sometimes we don't even need to go through the house at all. So if you're in a position, though, where you don't care if people are trekking through the house and you want buyers in there and you want traffic and activity and stuff like that, work with a realtor. They're going to do a great job, probably get you a great price, and maybe even create a bidding war. You never know. But it really comes down to your situation. That's what I said in the beginning. Both avenues work great depending on your situation. So if you have a house in Dublin and maybe you want to close on the date of your choice, you don't want to do any work to it, or maybe you're just a private person and you don't want a lot of people walking through, then consider giving us a call. Let's at least talk about your options and what it could look like to work together. Our number here is 614-300-5151, and our website is sellhousecolumbus.com. We've been around for over 14 years, hundreds of reviews, testimonials, and positive references we can share with you. So we're going to treat you good even if we're not a good fit for you. In fact, every single week I talk to a new seller where we determine together that we're not the best fit for them, and we'll refer you to a real estate agent. There's no problem with that, right? So we're going to do what's right even if we're not a good fit for you, and that's okay. So we're going to make you a fair cash offer on the house. If our offer works for you, great, we'll move forward. If it doesn't, no pressure. There's no bad taste in your mouth or forcing you to sign something. This isn't a call center located in some distant land. We're here in Columbus, in central Ohio. We're busy here and working with tons of sellers here, and we're going to treat you right, treat you like a neighbor, as you should be treated. And if you have a house in Dublin, you want to explore your options, maybe you want to sell it as is, maybe you don't want a lot of people trekking through the house, and maybe you kind of have some kind of deadline or timeline, maybe you inherited the property, there's a divorce or back on payments or whatever your situation. We see it all. It's perfectly fine. Give us a call, 614-300-5151, or visit us online at sellhousecolumbus.com. My name is Dave Perichin. I do look forward to speaking with you, and I look forward to working with you.